my beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm very excited to do because we're going to be talking about New Zealand Stargazing newly launched eyeshadow palette from NOMAD Cosmetics. In today's video I'm going to be sharing 5 look tutorials with you, and the timestamps as per usual are always underneath this video for you to navigate through. The makeup look that I have on my eyes right now is one of the look tutorials that you will see in today's video. I will show you the swatches and some first impression final thoughts towards the end of the video. If all that sounds fun to you and you're ready to get inspired, then please continue watching. So here in my hand I have the newest edition from NOMAD Cosmetics, New Zealand Stargazing eyeshadow palette. This theming definitely gives me all the vibes. As you're watching this video, this palette was just revealed and it will be launching on the 16th of January. This palette was kindly sent to me from NOMAD Cosmetics and I'm very grateful for that. I am on the PR list for NOMAD Cosmetics for the year of 2024. At the moment I do have a non-affiliated code, which is EVE10, to help you to save 10% off. I would greatly appreciate if you use my code to shop if you choose to pick up this palette if you get inspired. It does tell the brand owners that you enjoy my content and they would work with me in the future. So I do appreciate your support in advance. If you are new to NOMAD Cosmetics, this is the brand that is basing their launches around different destinations around the world. This time they are taking us to an adventure to New Zealand. The palette came in this beautiful outer box that has a similar image, very, very beautiful. So the palette is called the New Zealand Stargazing. So the brand describes this color story as dark and dazzling, the color story of depth and lightness. In this palette you have 9 stellar mattes and 6 twinkling multi-chromes, inspired by the Take Your Breath Away Stargazing in New Zealand. At every launch, NOMAD Cosmetics has a cause where they donate a portion of their profits to an organization in that area where the palette was inspired from. And this time they are proud to support Dark Sky International that works to restore the nighttime environment and protect habitats from light pollution. It's always nice to see when brands are giving back to local organizations. I have to say that this palette inspires me quite a bit. How bold and juicy this is. All the shades are just so beautiful and rich, and the shimmers, I cannot wait to show you guys the looks. So let's get into it. I'm starting on my first makeup look, and I think I want to do something in this corner right here. Pinks, purples, something like that. I'm going to start with this shade first. It's called Southern Lights. I already have the base makeup on because I already have started my day. The shade so far transfers true to what you see in the pan, and it is nicely buildable. I do not have any issues so far, and it shears out very comfortably also. So far so good. I just turned down the light a little bit. I'm aiming for this to be a smoky eye, so I'm going a little bit higher above my crease. Our next color is going to be this beautiful shade. It almost looks like raspberry. It's called Oakland Stardom. And I'm gonna just start placing it right here on my crease. I want to build up the intensity here. There's a good amount of pigment on this shade too. Very beautiful. Oh my gosh, this color is so pretty. Makes me want to eat raspberry ice cream right now. I'm going back with my blending brush and I'm going to blend it out just a tiny bit here. Blends out beautifully. And now I'm going to go into this purple shade right here in the corner. It's called Rocky Mackenzie, and I am using a Refer 26. Look at this purple, y'all. There is a kickback on the matte shades, but it's not bad at all. Placing this shade right here, more of a packing motion before I start blending. There's a tiny bit of fallout right here, as you can see. And I would leave this for now because I want to go on my lower lash line. I'm just going to do exact same shades, and I'm going to use one brush for that. This shade is stunning. The raspberry shade, wow, it's so beautiful. And then I'm going to go with the purple shade right here on the bottom. Talking about Valentine's Day looks. Valentine's is right around the corner. Now I took the clean small blending brush. This is from Singe EO2, and I'm just going to blend all these edges before I move on to the next step. Yeah, I could definitely go with a darker corner, but for me, for my fairest complexion, I think this depth is really nice. If I wanted to smoke it even further, I could add black matte shade because it's in the palette, very convenient, but I'm gonna leave it at that. I think I like what I see. I'm going to add this pencil on my waterline. This is LA Girl Shockwave. So for my lid, I'm going to use this shade, this shade. These are the 3 shades. how stunning. They're all duochrome multichromes. Very beautiful, shifty, very smooth shades. There's no fallout, there's no kickback. They feel really smooth and they're not chunky. I'm gonna start with this shade called Carina Nebula, and I'm gonna start tapping it toward my outer corner. I'm not gonna bring it up too high. Oh my goodness, it's gorgeous. My mirror is down and I think it's reflecting so beautifully. Next shade over is this one. It's called Jewel Box. I'm gonna transition the shade to here, further out towards the inner portion of my eye. Oh my goodness, it's gorgeous. It's like a mirror reflect. So stunning. These two shades blend so beautifully together into each other. So let's finish the inner corner with this shade right here. It's called Magellanic Clouds. I'm gonna pick it up with a brush because let's see. Oh my goodness. Wow. Oh my God, this is gorgeous. I'm gonna bring it up here a tiny bit. As you can see, there's a tiny bit of fallout and the sparkles do come off, but some of the sparkles stay. So definitely doing your eyes first, recommended to my opinion. This is a finished look. These are all the shades that I used. Now that I turn my hand like this, you can definitely see the shift. These multichromes are definitely quite shifty. I also swatched my liner right here so you could see everything. For the next look on this side, I want to do something within like blues and gray scale. And I think I'm going to just stay within this area of the palette. I'm going to start, I think, with the shade Cosmos. It is a gray shade. However, it seems to have a little bit of like bluish tint to it. So I am excited, but I'm also nervous because gray is not necessarily my biggest comfort zone. Yes, it definitely pulls kind of blue on my skin. Do you guys see the pigment? I'm going very, very light-handed. So far, all the shades that I've used, everything is very consistent. That blended out so pretty. I feel like it makes my eye color just pop. It has a little bit of blueness. I was right about that. These two shades are calling my name, but I think I'm gonna go with this one and maybe I'll add a little bit of that one. These are just so stunning. You know what? The more I stare at this color, the more I like it. I think I'm gonna kind of go towards the halo eye route here. I haven't planned any of these looks. The palette was just delivered to me. I love what I see in the palette and it inspires me. So I kind of want to play around with it, see where it takes me. I'm just grabbing a clean blending brush and I just want to blend out just the edge here. For my lower lash line, I think I'm going to stick with the same color. I'm just going to put it everywhere on a lower lash line. It just literally blended itself. I just touched the skin and the color just blended itself. Watch. Like I didn't even do anything. I do want to add a little bit of this blue shade right here. It's called Tekapo Stargazing. I'm going to close my eyes. I'm just going to put it very close to my lash line. Oh my God, the color is so pretty. And just a tiny bit here. Yo, this is so beautiful. Stop it. I'm cleaning this brush on a color switch because I want to remove that blue color. This is a Sigma E42 Precision Firm Blender. I love this brush for just tiny areas like this. On the lower lash line, I'm going to add the blue shade Tekapo Stargazing. For my lid, I am doing this shade and I'm doing this shade. Look at these two. I apologize, you guys, for my stained fingers, but it's a creative space here, so creative mess is allowed. I'm going to start with the shade Milky Way. I'm going to show this to you guys. There's absolutely no fallout. There's no texture. It's just perfectly smooth and it picks up on a brush really well. Gently tap in this area. It applied with a brush really beautiful. And then I'm going to this shade called Aurora Australis. It picks up so beautifully with a brush. I have no issue. Tap this here in the middle. The same shade also goes into my inner corner. So this is a finished look, you guys. I did do a final touch with my Nabla Cupid's Aero pencil. This is in the shade 6 Navy Blue. These are all the shades that I use, 3 mattes and then 2 multichromes. And then here is the Nabla pencil swatch. So it just gives you an idea. This went on my borderline. These 2 shades are stunning. The mattes I did not experience any difficulty. They all have the same consistency. They all blend out beautifully, beautiful pigment. I definitely see this makeup look being more dramatic or more colorful, and definitely lashes, liners, all that can be added to add that impact. But at the same time, I am very pleased with how everything came out. Now we're on to the next look. This next look, I want to do something with rosy tones, start on this side, and then do a little bit of blue. I want to play around with both sides. So I'm going to start with this beautiful rosy shade first. It's called Southern Lights. I really like the shade. It's so pretty. Ever so slightly blended into my crease right here, or above my crease rather. Next, I'm going to go into this taupey shade right here. It's called Tongariro Night Hike, and start putting it into my crease. I'm going to go back to the first shade that we started, the Southern Lights, and I'm just going to intensify this just a tiny bit. So for my lower lash line, I'm going to mix the same shades. So I think I'm going to actually go into the blue first, the Tekapo Stargazing shade, and I'm going to just staple it here. This shade is so pretty. For my lid, I'm going to go with this shade Milky Way. And for my inner corner, I'm going with this shade. It's just absolutely stunning. It's called Magellanic Clouds. This is a finished look. I did a final touch with a Nabla blue pencil. These are all the shades that I used. There was 3 mattes and 2 of this beautiful multi-chromes. I'm personally a pretty big fan of this look. I really enjoy how everything came out, but let me know what you think in the comment section below. So for this next look, you guys, I really want to push the boundary of this palette and see if we can create the most natural look possible out of this palette. There are definitely some neutral or more neutral leaning shades here, so let's see what we can do. I'm going to start with this shade right here. It has a little bit of a peachiness into it. It's called Queenstown Skyline. I'm going to start blending it into my crease. It seems like it does show up on my skin just a tiny bit, but it's also at the same time very, very close to my skin tone. I'm going to go into the gray shade next. It's called the Cosmos. This shade blends so easily. Wow. It's the same shade on my lower lash line. It was giving me too much blue. I think I had a little bit blue shade there left, but I'm going to go into blue regardless, so no worries. That small mistake actually came out just what I needed. I want to see now if I can pack this color and see how much gray I can get out of that. So what I want to do next is a little bit risky, but I'm still going to do it. I'm going to go with a black shade. I just added this silver liner into my waterline. I would love to use this shade on my inner corner and on my lid. These are all the shades that I used, only 4, including this very light peach, and then only 1 shimmer. This was my eyeliner on a waterline. So this is a finished look. These are all the shades that I used, including this beautiful multi-chromes. I really hope you enjoyed the inspirational look tutorials. Let me know what you think, which one was your favorite. I would love to hear your thoughts underneath this video in the comment section. Now, let me tell you what I think about the palette. Design of the packaging definitely reflects the color story, what's inside. I really like that they kept it to somewhat a smaller format. The color story definitely reflects the theming. Nomad never seem to disappoint in that department. For my today's video, I tested every single shade in this palette, creating the looks, and I noticed that all the mattes have very consistent formula. So did the formula for the shimmers. There are 6 different dimensional shimmers in this palette. For the level of quality, I feel like it's definitely up there. The formula is very smooth. It's nice and creamy, very soft. I didn't notice any creasing so far. They're very beautiful, very reflective. They definitely are shifty when it comes to like the dimensional shift to all of them. I think the quality is just hitting that mark, what I was expecting from Nomad. As far as the color story, for me, it's definitely a little bit bold. I did, however, enjoy every single look that I created. There's definitely a good amount of like cohesiveness in this palette, and I'm really happy that they included the black matte. I feel like that shade on its own just makes so much difference in rich palettes like this, especially when we're talking about the multi-dimensional shimmers. They're so powerful in your eyes. You almost always want to have that depth in your looks, bring that drama in your looks. However, this palette also gives you a little bit of lightness. If you stick to some of the lighter shades here, you can definitely create some of the lighter looks. So I also wanted to say that the mattes here, they sheer out. You can pack them really nicely to the full opacity to what the color is here. They are true to the color. Whatever you see here, that's what I got on my eyes. So if you wanted to just pack the color and kind of blend it out, you definitely can. It almost looks like you use 2 different shades. One is lighter and one is the same one, but just more intense. So one shade can give you like a dimensional look, if you will. And I do very much appreciate this quality about this specific palette because it's such a rich and bold color story. You only have very few lighter matte shades here. And for a fair complexion, a lot of times it's very important to have that slight versatility. So these are just my initial thoughts. I had a lot of fun playing with this palette. This palette is quite inspirational. I only created 5 looks for this video, and I actually definitely have more ideas to play with this palette. So most probably I will share more looks with you on my Instagram Reels. So make sure you're subscribed. The links to my socials are always in the info box for you underneath this video. I think this palette is very interesting, and the theming and the execution, as always, Nomad serves us on a golden platter. This is just my humble opinion. This color story appeals to you if these are your shades, if you love purples and pinks and depth, like dramatic looks and shifty shimmers. I don't think you're going to be disappointed. If you decide to purchase this palette, I would appreciate if you use my discount code. It's EVE10. It does give you 10% off of your purchase. I am on the PR list with NOMAD Cosmetics, and expect all the launches coming my way. And I will, of course, be reviewing all the new things that are coming out from the brand this coming year. Currently, my discount code is not affiliated. So if you do show your support using my discount code, it simply lets the brand know that you enjoy my content here, you're coming from my channel, and you love my reviews, and the brand will be working with me in the future. I do want to say thank you in advance if you do choose to support my channel. I hope this video was helpful for you for your purchasing decisions. You got some inspiration. If you do enjoy eyeshadow palette content, I do have quite a bit of that here on my channel. And I also do have a separate NOMAD Cosmetics playlist if you wanted to see any other palettes and get inspired. And if you're not yet a subscriber, I invite you to subscribe to my channel before you go today. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you in my next videos. Bye.